everything helps, but nothing helps like some new top. You know what I'm saying? Tell me I'm right, boys. Tell me I'm right. Say Ernell, you're right. Top is always the best option. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's okay. That's fine. I guess I'm wrong. I guess I'm incorrect in this this debate here. You know what I'm saying? We're one-sided conversation. That's fine. That's okay. That's fine. Maybe you guys need some top. You know what I mean? Maybe it's you guys that needed it all along.
Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy.
We fly the rapids, fill up beers, heading towards the seas. Ride the waves around the world, the pirates like the beer. Always our beers, and then we cheer for learning to grow. The Shipwreck Show, AG is number one.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Shipwreck Show. I am your captain tonight, Ernell Pearson, alongside the very dark man right now. It is Devin, Brevin, the dude. Yeah, you got like
I was born in the darkness. You merely adapted to it.
you've got like sex hotel colors going on there. There we go. Okay, there we go. Yeah, now we're good.
Yeah, it was giving red light district.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you got like the little like.
I mean, I can turn my lights red and turn off my center light again if you want.
You got like the heart shaped bed to go with it, and
I have a heart shaped head.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
like spins in the center of the room. You know what I'm saying? You got a mirror on the ceiling. You know.
My God, I would die happy if Devin showed up to a Halloween party dressed as Austin Powers, like full chest hair and everything. I need more.
Real?
I need more.
Real? I mean, at least it's real.
Just shave your beard and just tape it right.
Gross, dude. That'd be so itchy.
Man, yeah, it would be. But speaking of being itchy, we also have my little Thai peanut. It's Xander.
Hold on. Wait a minute. What? What?
He's itchy.
The man with the rash.
Normally this is where I'm like, you want to run that by me? No, I don't want to hear it again. Hey, what's going on?
Hey man, what's up?
Yeah.
What's up, dude?
I'm just I have a problem. You see,
No, you don't.
I was once a half functioning grown adult, and then Claire Obscure Expedition 33 came out, and that is all I can fucking think about.
I can't wait till we're done with this episode so I can play more.
I've been
Yep.
This guy hasn't finished Baldur's Gate 3 yet.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Dude, listen.
I hate to say it, but Claire Obscure is a better game.
It really is.
That's a bold face.
No fucking way. No fucking way, dude.
It is, in my opinion.
I haven't played more than 3 hours of Baldur's Gate.
As someone who's put over 200 hours into Baldur's Gate 3, I think Claire Obscure is a better game.
Yeah, I have over 200 hours in Baldur's Gate 3 as well. So
Ernell, how many hours do you have in Baldur's Gate 3?
I don't need any hours in fucking Baldur's Gate 3. I can see literally the game having had one game of the year last year, and all the people that would back it.
Probably going to win game of the year this year.
Yeah, I think Claire Obscure can win game of the year this year.
Yeah,
like
sure.
I am willing to put money down.
Expedition 33 is nowhere near at the level of social zeitgeist that Baldur's Gate 3 was last year. No fucking chance. Not even equatable, brother. Like
that is.
Listen,
fair.
I like Baldur's Gate 3 a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. Like I love that game.
Yeah.
But I think Claire Obscure is better.
No way.
No way. Point. That is fair, but not valid in this case. Okay, just because it's not zeitgeist doesn't mean it's not a better game.
No, if not enough people like it, it's a trash game. It's
game.
a trash game. We all know that. Not enough people like it.
Okay, I'm done with you, trolls. Move on to the next person.
I love Expedition 33 so far. Trust me. Like, I love this fucking game. I can't stop thinking about it either. But Baldur's Gate 3 fundamentally fundamentally is just so much more of a game than Expedition 33 is. There's just so much more game. You know what I mean? Like I'm with DJ on that. I'm with DJ.
That's true. That's true. But in
I
terms
think
of
story-wise,
what I'm
though.
enjoying right now, in story exactly like the story
the story.
is much more.
Fuck.
It's much more cinematic in my opinion.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
That's weird.
Sorry,
Like, he took a hit of his vape, and then now you're coming.
Oh god, dude. Yeah, sorry. I'm allergic to bullshit. Speaking of which, we have my other man that is agreeing with me tonight. It is DJ Simfix.
What up, man?
What's up, man? How's it feel to be objectively right around here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
How's it-
It's
these
just great.
fucking losers of that Death Ratio podcast. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh my god! Don't
Imagine
don't start
thinking
with
that
me.
your
Don't-
podcast is the classiest podcast and being so like
it is the classiest podcast.
about it.
We don't
About
even,
it.
We don't
And
even
not
talk
putting
about you
numbers
guys
on your show.
on that podcast.
yeah,
You guys
dude.
dedicate your
We-
podcast time to talk about us.
That's
I mean,
right, dude.
you know,
Living
it's
in your
just-
heads
I'm
rent
just
free.
gonna
You know
put
what
this
I'm
out there,
saying? Jesus
to be
Christ.
fair,
I'm gonna
we
put this
we
out there.
rip her. To be fair, we rip Ernell pretty good on our podcast,
That's true.
and he knows it
Well-
too. He knows it too. That's
Listen, I
Garrick
just need you
included
to
in this.
understand. I need you to understand that we are coming up on. By the time this comes out, we will be on the 100th day. If you're American, you understand what I'm talking about there. I've had enough of this elitist mindset bullshit. So you shut the fuck up, Ernell. I have an opinion, and it fucking matters. Take it and shove it up your fucking.
Yeah, this guy sounds like one of those Death Ratio nerds, DJ. You know what I'm saying? What a fucking loser.
Look at his color scheme. He likes Death Ratio.
Yeah, he chose his side. You know what I'm saying? He chose his side.
He did. Xander,
Yeah.
we like you over here.
You know what? Maybe me and DJ will handle the Thunderbolts review
Yeah.
alone. You know what I mean? You will handle
That's
that.
fine.
fine.
I'll
Yeah.
still go see the
Something
movie.
like that.
That's fine. I'm still gonna go see it.
Fair enough, man. Fair
You're telling me I can go to bed early? Sweet.
No, you're not allowed. And you guys at home are not
You're
allowed
telling me I
either,
have
because this is the Shipwreck Show. We're once a week, every week. 4 of the Brethren Core do not get any sleep, and instead they gather together, discuss anything and everything. The 7 Seas has thrown their way, except for sleep. We don't sleep around here.
Mhm.
If you're on this wave, you can head on over to patreon.com/goodkrakenpods, where you can submit questions and topics, get exclusive content, and not sleep. But instead, trade that
Not at all.
sleep for having early access to all of our content before it goes live on podcast and video services. You can also support us by joining the GK community on our Discord channel by clicking the link down here in our description section below in order to get updates and all sorts of cool, wonderful stuff there. But then you can also follow and subscribe in order to get those updates too. When new episodes go live everywhere.
All the way.
Xander,
Yeah.
we have some captain's orders, my friend. Some captain's orders, man. Guys, we have a lot of new content from this past week. We had a few good old episodes for you guys, of things for you guys to watch and or listen to. To start out the week, we had Devin and Garrick talking about Oblivion shadow dropping, the remakester, if you will.
The remaster.
The remaster.
The remaster.
And then
John
me and
Marston?
DJ got a chance to review a very not good movie called Until Dawn.
I still blame Ernell for that, man.
Yeah, how was
you know,
that?
Fuck ass movie.
How was
man.
that?
I watched the review. It was they reviewed it pretty poorly. I mean, it's been getting pretty poor reviews all over the place.
It's like the
from what I'm
most
seeing.
mid movie this year, but also at the same time is the fucking stupidest.
Yeah, I've heard they take the plot and just kind of like just
They
take
just
a
do whatever
stab.
to it.
Yeah, what plot?
question.
You know what I mean? What plot? Like, yes,
Yeah.
sir.
I have a
Yeah.
question.
like it's not even a plot
What's
anymore.
worse, this or Venom: The Last Dance?
Venom.
Okay.
Nah, dude, Venom was kind of cool. I kind of like.
Yeah,
Venom.
no.
I don't
Okay,
know,
hold
I
on.
kinda like-
Wait. Nah, I'm speaking too soon.
Yeah,
Nah, dude, you're lying.
come
You're
on.
lying. You're lying because
Because at least Venom Last Dance had
like I at least I can
cool
laugh
shit
at that. Like I could,
in it,
you know, I
right?
could be like, oh yeah,
I'm
you know.
redeeming
Yeah,
clause.
yeah.
But-
This had no cool shit in it. Actually, no, it had
Like,
one cool part.
Until
in it.
Dawn was aggressively mid, like aggressively mid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rest.
It's arguably this much better than the Borderlands movie.
Yeah.
Like arguably.
The Borderlands movie is really bad.
Mhm.
Like, that's really bad. I mean, we rated.
Like,
We
I
rated
gave
Until Dawn
Borderlands a
of
1
Fire.
out of 10. I gave
Yeah.
Borderlands like a 1.5.
Like, it's not the
out of
worst
10, I
movie in
think.
the world. It's not the worst movie we've seen. It's
No.
definitely
Madam Web
fucking
is, but
not good.
Yeah, Madam
Definitely
Web
not good.
is Madam Web is easily like the worst.
I still
movie
think
I've
Rebel
watched in the
Moon
last bit.
is in my worst.
well, I mean, at least Rebel Moon had like cool stuff that happened. You know what I'm saying?
None,
Like,
none of
really
that shit
bad.
was cool. None of that shit was
Well,
cool.
so I went
man.
and got my hair cut the other day, and they were watching Rebel Moon on the TV in the shop, and I was like,
Oh,
I was like, are you
Put it
really
on.
doing this, Kyle? And I was like, are you really doing this to me right now, man? He was like,
God,
yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I was like, you're not gonna want to, brother. And it showed the part where she pulled out the two swords and did the cool little sword thing for a second, like drew the line or whatever. I was like, fuck, that kind of looked cool. You know what I'm saying? But then like immediately after that, they like started talking, and I was like, God, this movie's fucking terrible, man. So like sometimes there's cool shit that looks cool in it. Until Dawn didn't even have that. Until Dawn didn't even
I feel like
have
by the end of the year we should do like kind of like a recap and like basically not necessarily a tier list, but like figure out the worst of the worst. What is in fact the worst of the worst? Like have like a little discussion on.
We do.
The
We
top
do
10
actually.
worst movies of the year.
Yeah,
The top 10 worst movies.
we do that at the end of the year, Xander. We'll have to have you come on to the classier podcast. I know it has 20,000 films under the sea, and you can have that
It
discussion.
can't be the classiest podcast. You talk about your asshole.
That's true.
No, I don't.
That's true.
Not on that podcast.
One of
On
the
this one, I
first-
do.
I don't think I remember the
you
last
and I
time
ever
we
had.
said anything.
One of the first conversations me and Ernell ever had outside of me being a guest on GK was him talking about his ass.
Mm-hmm.
That checks out.
And then afterwards,
Halo
Devin came to me and said, "Hey, dog, you might need to stop talking about your ass on Xander streams." And I was like, "Damn, was it that bad?" And he was like, "Yeah, it was pretty bad, dude." And I was like, "Shit, dude." And the next stream, I did it again. I think I actually doubled down on the next stream, if I remember correctly. But then funny enough,
sitting there and just be like,
funny enough, I wasn't on like any more of your streams for a really long time after that. I always just chalked it up as, I guess they don't want me talking about my ass on there. That's fine. That's okay. That's okay.
you know who was on a lot of his streams?
Yeah, I know. Some fucking loser has a dopey video game podcast. Guys, tonight, what I want to talk about with you. There is some very, very important online discourse that's happening right now in this world. And because there's some crazy shit going on in the world right now. And the internet has exploded about it. And I felt that it was very important for us to have a conversation about this as soon as possible, because this is the kind of shit that people tune into podcasts for. Okay. Extremely important stuff. We only have one chance in our lives to really get together and talk about something like what, dude? What?
And I don't trust you.
You're just
You were
building
very
this up to
misleading.
do some bullshit. Yeah.
The very,
You're very
very,
misleading.
very, very important question at hand. Can 100 unarmed men take down one silverback gorilla? This is the question at hand. Gentlemen, I bring this to you heavy-hearted. Okay, because
what unarmed men are they? Is it like varying sizes and like
just generally
any men we can scrounge up?
Just 100 men, brother.
Just 100 men on average. We try to find some. We're down to fight a silverback gorilla.
Instinctively, I want to say yes, but at the same time, like I don't know. Like a silverback gorilla, like you probably take out like 10 dudes with one swing. You know what I'm saying?
Just Sauron, just clubbing bitches, right? Flying
But
over
yet
the field.
some fucking skinny ass bitch, took out Harambe, rest in power,
That was a child first time.
But the child didn't kill Harambe.
Oh, you're talking. Okay, I gotcha. He said skinny little bitch, and I was like, dude, that was literally a talk.
I mean, fuck them kids, though.
Yeah, fuck them kids, dude.
That, you know what? It's that kid's fault that Harambe died.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Not even arguably, actually. Yeah, I think
that kid has to live with that trauma for the rest of his life.
Indisputable, dude.
Has anyone got an interview with him recently?
I hope
question.
I hope he gets put in a pit, and then a child falls in his pit when he's grown up.
Oh, okay. That's not the route I thought you were taking with that. I hope he falls into a pit with 100 unarmed gorillas. So
I didn't say it.
So, gentlemen, we have the topic at hand here. Devin says he doesn't know quite yet, right? Xander, DJ, how are you guys feeling? Can 100 unarmed men really beat the brakes off a gorilla? Because there's all sorts of differing opinions on this, right? Some people are like, well, gorillas aren't even like actually all that violent. And other people are like, I mean, 100 men could, take down pretty much anything besides a whale. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty up in the air, dude.
I'm just man. Go ahead, Xander. Sorry.
I'm trying to understand the scenario.
Yeah.
I need more substance. I need more substance. Like, why are these 100 men versus this one?
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
Gorilla kill their parents, or did it kill?
No,
did it kill their like?
No, this is an exhibition to see if 100 men could feasibly take down one gorilla.
That's it. What did the gorilla do? Why are we
fight for its life? No, fight for its life.
But I care. I care about this gorilla. Like, I want to know. Like, is it a bad gorilla? Like,
there are, Xander, 101 beings in a cage, in a caged arena. One of those 101 is a gorilla. They are fighting against each other. Period. That's it. There's no backstory. There's no B plot. There's no extracurricular information here. All 101 of them woke up in a cage. All the men are like, fuck, that's a gorilla. And the gorilla's like, fuck, those are 100 dudes. And they now have to engage in combat.
Okay. So basically,
it's basically to see if humanity can do it. Can 100 of us really take down a gorilla? Unarmed.
Very easily. I will say no, because we can't even get our country on track. So
no. Xander, you don't understand. The amount of people talking about this on social media. We have training montages. We got people going to the gym. Okay, we've been more unified for this than anything we've ever been unified in the past month.
Yeah,
not happening. It's not happening.
No.
What do you mean it's not happening? I'm watching it. We've all been witnessing it.
Wait. When you say
it's talking about?
Are you saying that?
Are you saying it's like not happening as we're not killing the gorilla, or are you saying it's not happening because of the we're not going to come together?
Gorilla wins. Okay, so gorilla wins.
Okay, all right, yeah.
So why does gorilla win to you?
Survival of the fittest.
Well, okay.
Can you elaborate?
Yeah. Go on. I need to.
I mean, you kind of already kind of covered it. Fucking straight up, just Sauron clubbing these motherfuckers. Just like that's like.
I mean, like, okay.
It's a non-question. Like, I'm just like, oh, dude, if I had like 99 of us, like fucking, we could take him down, right? Like, no, you're fucking dumb. Bye, you're dead, dude.
I think DJ, you go. What are your thoughts on this? What are you feeling?
I mean, I've been keeping a close eye. Been watching a lot of this discourse.
Yeah, you're on the ground. You're on the ground.
Been seeing some basically some people, electing officials to, be, part of the 100 to fight the gorilla.
Okay.
And there's a lot of people, really training up for this. It's really a full on effort, But I think, it's about the amount of space, right? 100 people cannot crowd around a gorilla with like equal spacing. You could probably get like 15 people to surround a gorilla. You know what I mean? And the rest of the people are just like outside. So technically, they're like gorillas fighting like 15 at a time. You know what I mean?
So we're coming in waves, right? We're doing it in waves.
Yeah. Okay. So like, realistically, you can get hits in like 15 at a time. Right? I mean, because like, if you think about it, if we're swarming one gorilla, right? Like if you're part of the back, you might like swing, you hit a teammate. You know what I'm saying? And we can't.
Yeah. Right.
So I'm thinking. I think the gorilla wins this. Just because logistically, it just doesn't like. I feel like you could take on at least 10 guys first. Just like one sweep of like a back fist. You know what I'm saying? Can at least take out 5.
Okay.
Because even if someone gets hit, they're not gonna die. But like, a 600-pound gorilla hits you, dude. Like that's, you know what I mean? Like you're getting the wind knocked out of you. So we got people on the ground. They're gonna get trampled by the other people trying to rush in, right? Like a concert situation, like an Astro World incident. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think the gorilla being singular, one gorilla, I think it has the advantage here just for spacing, concerns.
So I think you guys are fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? I think you guys are fucking crazy, man.
I'm on the fence.
Because let's and thank you, Devin. Thank you for at least giving me that leniency there. Because I think that like when we look at it from a perspective of 15 guys coming in waves towards a gorilla, right? Yeah, I mean, like the gorilla, like, probably will have the endurance and power and staying power, generally speaking, to take that on wave by wave. But if we increase the waves to, say, 30, right? We can probably get 30
people can surround a gorilla.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Fairly, what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think so. I think we could.
I'm just saying there's a high chance that like if you're just taking anybody off the street, there's a high chance I'm not going to say enhanced individuals, but there's going to be some people in there that are stronger than most, right? Like statistically, same with like people bigger, like, you're going to get some size 16 motherfucker in there who's like almost the size of a gorilla. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So like statistically, there's probably going to be a few people in there that can actually throw hands with the gorilla. Not saying they ain't going to get injured in the process, but statistically speaking, there'll be some people, like me that'll just like get punched in the stomach and, my whole backside blows out. But,
Yeah. No, I mean, like there's got to be some dude, right? That
and listen, gorillas got weak points too. They got nuts. They got throats.
They do.
They got collarbones. They got eyes. They got ears. Like, I'm just saying, like, we've seen stories of, there was a guy that got attacked by a mountain lion when he was running by himself. He was hiking, like running, like on a trail, and he fucking strangled it. He strangled a mountain lion.
He took that bitch out, dude. He took that bitch out.
Yeah.
Hard.
So I'm saying it's not impossible. I'm kind of starting, the more and more I think about this, because like I'm starting to think of scenarios. I think 100 people could take out a gorilla.
That's what I'm saying, brother. You know what I'm saying? Because like let's say
happened in the past. We got to think about like, tribes and stuff who have gotten into that situation, whether they're desperate for food or something, or like, maybe there's a gorilla pack in a tribe beefing over territory. You never know. Like that has had to happen at some point in life, right? Like there's no way that happened.
I'm sure. I mean, granted, they probably had some kind of weapons to like help them hold up, but like that sort of like evens the playing field, right? Because if we take what you're saying, And let's just say that there's an average of like every 10 people, one of them are going to be like a fearless like badass. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude is like, I'll punch a gorilla in the fucking face any day of the week, brother. Right? And dude, all it takes is
my brother can deadlift 700 pounds.
That don't mean shit. That don't mean shit.
I mean, dude, I don't know, dude. Like
a gorilla can lift 1,800 pounds without even fucking thinking about it. Okay.
DJ,
I'm just saying. I'm not saying
this argument is fucking stupid. Okay, there's no fucking way 100 men are gonna take down a silverback gorilla. It's just not fucking happening.
Because here's the thing. All it takes is for one of those guys, one of those like cokehead fucking Conor McGregors, to come in there and get one good shot in the fucking nose. And that gorilla is going to like start whimpering. You know what I'm saying? That's all it fucking takes.
No, that gorilla is going to start seeing red because it's a fucking wild animal. Okay,
it doesn't,
on Google.
It
doesn't have sharks doesn't have any fight or flight. It only has fight.
But sharks do the same thing. You punch a shark in the nose. DJ, your hands up.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Gorillas can the silverback gorilla can lift 4,000 pounds.
Really? Yeah. Sure. I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah,
I believe it.
It is everywhere. So I just searched it on Google because I was just like, okay, I need to.
4,000 pounds.
I haven't seen a single fucking thing about any of this. Like I haven't seen anything. So I'm looking this up.
This guy's on
AI overview.
Oh, don't look at that shit.
Yeah, don't look at that shit.
I'm just okay.
AI overview. What are you, a lazy piece of shit? What the fuck?
No, I just Google searched.
That's why it's on Google now, dude.
Fuck yeah. That's
can't avoid that thing.
It's on Newsweek. It's on Newsweek. It's on Times.
I told you, dude. This has been a thing. It's a thing. All right,
let's see what Newsweek has to say.
Probably nothing helpful.
Let's see what Newsweek. In a battle between logic and hubris, 100 men and one gorilla entered the fray over the weekend. After one social media user's post suggesting that the men, if organized effectively, would emerge victorious in such a matchup. Let's see. He wrote on X post in April 25th. I think 100 neighbors could beat one gorilla every day. Just got to be dedicated to the shits.
See, that was kind of what DJ was going for. Is that like there's people like legit preparing for this now? You know what I'm saying? And like and showing their dedication to the craft.
Like if we got 100 trained gorilla fighters, pun intended, gorilla fighters, and I would say yes. I would say maybe yes. You know, humans win, but. If we take it, you know, as scientifically unbiased as possible, we throw 100 random motherfuckers and one silverback gorilla. I don't think the humans win that. In a coordinated strategic effort, you know, that's why we're humans. We're a little smarter. You know, we have a game plan of attack. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, I mean, are you saying that these 100 men don't have the capability of doing a coordinated strategic attack on a gorilla?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if, let's say, you just dropped 100 men in, they're not going to have time to think about what the fuck they're going to do when they see a silverback gorilla. Okay?
Sure.
They're going to shit their pants and then try to fucking run around and try to see what they could do about this silverback gorilla. If we had a coordinated effort, which these guys are training for, these gorilla fighters, right? They're training for this.
Gorilla battle fighters.
They have a strategy that, you know, maybe first wave it's just fodder, right? The other guys come in the back line. You know, we have a pincer maneuver, right?
Maybe flank them. You're gonna flank them. Okay.
Yeah. X-wing formation. You know, it's just a lot of things you could do there.
Double wing offense. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. If we got a couple like O linemen, you know, like maybe the front line. You know what I mean?
I mean, so, who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like that could be Devin, your hand was up. Go ahead.
I just looked up some gorilla statistics for us. All right.
Okay.
An adult male silverback gorilla weighs between 300 to 500 pounds and is incredibly strong. Estimates suggest a gorilla is between 4 to 9 times stronger than a trained human male. Okay. Their upper body strength is immense. They can tear down small trees, or they can even bend iron bars in captivity. Their bite force is around 1,300 psi. That's pounds per square inch, which is far greater than a lion's bite, which is only 650 psi. Now, their arm reach is much longer, about 2 times longer, than an average human. So they,
Mhm.
they got the swipes, which I mentioned that earlier. I just see them. Remember, I said I was
mean,
like, it's possible for them to
The largest
take
recorded
you out,
silverback
man.
gorilla was 6'5" in height. So,
But their arms are like
450.
6 feet
Yeah, their
long.
arms are pretty, they're pretty long wingspan.
Yeah. And our arms go like what? Like at max, like 3 feet. Like around 3 feet.
Depends on the height of the person. Yeah.
So speed and agility. A gorilla can sprint in a short distance around 20 to 25 miles an hour, which is about a human too. Humans can sprint about that much. Now their durability, though, that's the part that would make it really hard, is because their muscle mass is very thick and dense on a gorilla, so it would make it really hard to injure a gorilla.
Yeah, and this is all like unarmed strikes. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly. If you're
throwing rocks, right?
Hypothetically, you're gonna have to be smart, and by smart, I mean you're gonna kick that motherfucker in the nuts as hard as you can. You're gonna go for the throat.
And you're gonna make it pissed though. He's gonna be fucking pissed.
I know you're gonna make it pissed, but you got 100 unarmed individuals. That's what you're gonna have to fucking do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's
get close.
Here's the deal. My argument is completely based on the fact that gorillas are also a living, breathing creature that do not have like infinite stamina, infinite endurance, can fight for fucking ever. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that 100 humans could outlast a gorilla in a fight. You know what I'm saying? Like we could outlast.
I don't think so.
Nobody can take. Nothing on this planet could just take fucking shots from 100.
They're not going to get
I found a Reddit post.
Okay,
this guy's talking about it. All right, 100. This is 5 days ago from the r/who would win subreddit. From Secure Wolverine 7502.
That exists.
Yeah. So, all right. He says, all right. So I've seen this debate on TikTok for a while, and all I can say is the 100 humans have this definitely. If I could set the stage for the non-believers on this topic, let me explain.
Okay.
So 100 men. Let's get the physical attributes down first. The age of these men, 26 to 32. All 100 men have a baseline level of athleticism. They all played a varsity sport or were star players for their high school, football, basketball, soccer, tennis, rowing, etc.
Okay.
So they have done the proportional workouts and training needed for their respective sport. Now, let's say 50 of them went on to play in college as a role player, but did the proportional training required to compete all 4 years. Now, the other 50 didn't play college sports, but are working labor jobs that give everyday dad strength. And the guys who played college sports can work office jobs, but still have the body of someone who was clearly a beast in whatever sport that they played. These men are not alcoholics nor drug addicts. Their health is maintained for the most part. That is the physical attributes of the 100 men I want y'all to imagine. Now let's talk about the mentality. I hear people say no one will want to go first. To that I say we had men running head on into explosion and gunfire during wars. Trench warfare was hell on earth. You're in a ditch for weeks with your comment who you knew since day one of training just for him to peek and get his head blown off. And they still push forward. This mentality of willingness to die for a cause is insane. Omaha Beach had men already set up with machine guns mowing down your entire squad, yet they still advanced. This courage is what these 100 men need. So that this is the mentality going into battle. The plan: 10 waves of 10 men. the first 3 waves. The first 3 waves with the objective to jab the eyes out. 30 men, all between the weights of 160 to 280 pounds, throwing themselves full speed at the gorilla with the goal of jabbing the eyes clear out. I will be generous and say the gorilla kills all 30 men, however. The objective is completed. They managed to jab the eyes out. Now we play the long game, which humans have clearly dominated. Let the gorilla rage and tire out. 70 men are left. They have spent no energy and are all ready. A blind gorilla has to rely on his senses. Now 2 sets of 10 to 15 men hold down each arm. 10 to 15 can lift
that's
small
crazy.
cars.
That's crazy.
I'm positive this group can hold down and at least grip and become dead weight to the point where the gorilla is immobile. We grab the legs and pin it down completely, face up preferably. Then everyone throws flying. then everyone throws flying knees at the skull and genitals.
Why is this like? Did I not say all of these
Rage
things?
or not, someone is going to stick their hands in the eye holes and scramble everything they can. And at best, I'll say the blind gorilla takes out 15 people, leaving 65 left. That's the game plan. Humans do this.
So I'm just saying, like, I called this. Like, whole scenario.
Well, you get your gorilla v 100 men trophy, sir. Xander, what do you say to that? If we have a constructed battle plan here, are you a believer?
No.
I'm not convinced.
No.
I don't think I'm
not even with a plan.
I don't know.
No.
That's crazy, man. You sound like a
I
traitor.
still live by the code that if I have a son there standing in front of me,
man cannot take down a gorilla.
I mean, even with those specs, even with that battle plan, right? With 30 people just aiming for eyeballs, right?
Yes,
aiming for
because
eyeballs.
there's such thing as human error.
All it takes is one.
Wait, but Xander, is there not such thing as animal error too?
I mean, I've never heard the phrase before, but
I've seen some animals do some pretty stupid shit.
Oh yeah, that's animal error. Animal error.
Okay, wait. We got. Okay, so someone in the comments was saying an average silverback gorilla is 5'2" and and only weighs 400 pounds. Average human is 5'9". 100 humans can literally surround it. If you pile 100 dead bodies on a gorilla, it wouldn't be strong enough to get off the pile. The gorilla wouldn't be able to swing his arms. But then, basically whatever. But then this guy's like, I hear you. But here's the part where I don't think is included in your daydream. The gorilla is not going to be standing there letting 4 men grab its arms. Every swing, stomp, jump, and bite that connects with a human is an elimination. We would not get enough. We would not get through its hide or damage bones. We were talking about very dense bone and muscle structure that outperforms our own, except in dexterity. Champs have literally ripped people's faces off, and a gorilla is far stronger and more deadly. Take a look at those teeth and fangs, and they don't care if they bite off genitals. It would be one savage man to latch down on a set of gorilla nuts and hold on until something gives. Think about it. We recorded gorilla lifting 1,800 pounds. No, that's not with one arm, but something tells me 200-pound man is getting tossed like a rag doll. So no, I don't think the scenario in which 4 men can take on each
Loki
arm
smashed, right?
At
Like,
any
that's
given time. Even if they did, could they hold on to it as the gorilla rotates them or swings them? Also, claiming 100 people on the gorilla at once is wild. You might be able to surround it with 10 dudes at a time, which is what I was saying, but we would not contain it for any period of time. We would get pounded, scratched, bitten, bashed, and stomped. Not to mention, if he charges, we aren't going to be able to hold him without tools. We are toast. Now, introduce tools and planning, we got a chance. Whole different ballgame. Now, I'm no badass, not by any means, but I was a wild child early on. Took a kick from a man to the ribs once. Let me tell you how 2 cracked ribs and a punctured lung took every fight out of me instantly. Could not imagine a gorilla landing a swinging rib shot. Nah, that's real. That's real. No.
Here's the thing. In Xander's defense here, okay, because I see where the argument is, because this is a large, potentially aggressive animal in the face of potential danger, right? I just find it hard to believe that like a gorilla is literally going to be doing like the Sauron thing, right? Like I don't like. I saw someone earlier on today that was saying like the gorillas aren't going to be killing like 30 people in 30 seconds. Like it's a gorilla, not Emperor Palpatine, right? Like they can't, like they're not like superheroes with super strength. I can see the concerns because it's like the uncoordinatedness of humans generally speaking is where I see Xander coming from, right? Because it's like you get 100, like we've seen it in like some horror movies before, like you get a group of like 10 people and they can't even figure out like who's doing what, right? To like survive, and then they all end up getting fucking killed anyways, right? We've seen like Jason, we've seen Freddy, we've seen like, you know, like Hellraiser, like they, like none of them know what the fuck that they're fucking doing, you know what I'm saying? But I have faith that with the right leader of these 100 men, maybe, just maybe, it could happen. Xander.
The problem is with 100 men, there's going to be at least 50 that all want to be the leader.
See, Xander's thinking it's the mentality, you know.
Xander's living in 2028, man.
Because as easily as we are motivated to fight for a cause, we are just as easily enough demotivated and demoralized when we see our buddy just get fucking boom, get whacked.
Right.
Okay. So now imagine the gorilla just fucking swung 4 people off to the side. You look at that gorilla like, oh fuck.
And then half of them,
doubt.
The other half of them that are not getting fucking swung on are like, you know, busy trying to figure out who is him, right? Like they're all trying to be him.
They're like, no, you go in, it's your guys, you guys.
Right,
but and that's the thing. That's the thing too, because we have our humanity. We are sitting there. We actually just by human nature take a second to be like, oh wait, is that I don't want that to happen to me. Fuck, this might be a bad idea. Whereas this gorilla is operating on pure animal instinct. That's it. Okay, it's not going to think, oh shit, what's going to happen? No, it's going to be like, it's either kill or be killed. And so it's going to stop at nothing to take out all the threats.
Yeah, I could see it. I could see the argument for sure. My brain is now sort of traveling to, well, what could 100 men take out, right? Like what predatory animal could 100 men definitely overwhelm, right? What was that?
Crocodile, probably.
Yeah. I feel like a crocodile.
I feel like now again
already.
Well, I mean, like a crocodile could get
6 men with Lewis guns couldn't fight off emus in Australia back in
emus are dicks though. You know what I'm saying? Emus are fucking dicks, dude.
Like that's one, but like they had guns too, and they still lost the emu war. So, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's
there's
true.
just a lot that goes into it.
But that's because they're Australian, though.
Do you think it's harder to take down a gorilla or a hippo?
Hippo.
You think so?
Yeah, hippo is literally the most dangerous animal to mankind.
Well, because I feel like because when we're talking about like people just throwing rocks on a gorilla, right? A gorilla will still generally feel the pain of those hands, right? I don't feel like a hippo really will. Like what is the fat percentage of a hippo, right?
So a hippo genuinely kills more people than any other animal in the world.
Yeah, but the caveat there though, the asterisk is that most of the people that they do kill are people that accidentally stumble into mud pits and stuff that hippos are living in. Right. So if you think about how like African tribes and stuff like that are hunting or like searching for food, they slip, they fall, and a hippo's mouth just so happens to be there. Right. So I don't know if it's necessarily because like hippos are out looking for dudes. You know what I mean? But I think enough people, you know, going after them could pose a problem. So hippos generally have about 15 to 20% body fat, which is actually a lot less than I thought it was going to be honest with you.
They're dense motherfuckers.
Yeah, but much of a hippo's mass is muscle and dense bone rather than fat, which helps them stay buoyant in water. So yeah, realistically speaking, like you punch a gorilla, even though it's angry, it'll still feel it to some extent. But a hippo, I really don't think. Like, I think a hippo could eat hands
Well,
from
see,
100
now
people all day long.
now that I understand that body percentage makeup, like, damn, that song that Moto Moto was singing is just like a bunch of bullshit now.
Yeah. I mean, I have more fat percentage than a hippo, technically. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's NFL football players that have more fat percentage than this hippo.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, hippos are some shit, man. Okay, well, let's start with this. What animals could 100 men definitely not take out? So lions, right? I don't think 100 men could take out a lion. A full-grown lion?
But we saw the stats, right? Like the lion is less stronger than the gorilla, you know.
But they have claws.
Yeah, but it's also quicker.
They have claws, right?
And claws, yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing that like leads me.
And then again, the one thing that
they're not as big as a gorilla, and they don't have enough reach, the bite force. You know what I'm saying? Like
the one thing that I'm going off of is also the mentality of it all. Like, you see a couple dudes in front of you get clawed to shit, and he get his face ripped off by a fucking lion. You're gonna be thinking some shit. Like, unless these guys are all like fucking coked out and like seeing red,
that can be arranged.
But the thing is, that would arguably, you could say that they are now armed, psychologically.
That's big brain shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we put 100 dudes on PCP. They'll take down anything. You know what I'm saying? They'll take down all sorts of shit.
But then see, I think there's that psychoactive advantage right there. I don't know, man.
You put 100 dudes on PCP, they'll take down a blue whale, brother. They'll take down that emu. They'll fight 100 kangaroos, bro. That's crazy, dude. What about so lions are also kind of a 50-50 then. What about rhinos? Do rhinos pose?
We're not being no fucking rhino.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought too, right? So that's definitely a big no. Big no. Let's look at this. Most dangerous animals in the world, right? So let's see.
Camel spider.
Mosquito.
Malaria.
Yeah. Dengue fever, malaria, and Zika virus. That they take humans the fuck out, dude. Okay, let's look at a top 10 here. Okay, so lions we're kind of 50-50 on. Hippos,
tigers, bears. Oh my.
Do we feel that we stand a chance against hippos, or is that like a
nope?
No. I think the hippos are like just we can't do it.
Just eat it, right? Just eat.
I think any like aquatic large mammal, I think we can't beat. I think we can't beat that.
Yeah. I mean, like even people
like home turf, we can't do it. Even in a pool, like I don't think we can do that.
Okay, so the next on the list here is elephants. Could we take down? Could 100 men take down an elephant? Mr. Ty, Mr. Ty.
With no gear, we can't.
Unarmed,
no gear, we cannot.
Okay,
because with gear, like 5 poachers can get to an elephant, but like
unless there was like some like Bollywood style coordination where like these 100 men created a human chain to like wrap around the fucking elephant's neck and like pull it down. There's no shot.
I mean, I've seen videos of like elephants in Thailand with like circus acts and stuff, like go free, and they're like pissed off and they'll just trample bitches, dude. Like they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, dude.
I don't think we could do elephants either. Crocodile is next there. I think we could eat 100 easy.
I think
could take down.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because crocodiles are like crocodiles and alligators. They're like they're single target. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's gonna get one of us in the fucking death roll. But then we can restrain
the rest just.
I feel like if you get like a good 4 or 5 guys to just like hop on top and just like hold it down real quick. I mean, that should be because like if you think about the average weight of a man is like roughly 200 pounds. I mean, like that's 800 pounds to 1,000 pounds right there holding this motherfucker down. Like I don't think it's that strong. I mean, I'd have to look at the stats, but like. I think it's plausible with 100 guys. Like 100 guys could take out one crocodile.
So, agreed. Nextly, we have an interesting one: scorpions. Right. So let's even the playing field here, right? Because obviously, one guy could stomp out a fucking scorpion, right? But if we do like 100 guys versus 100 scorpions,
Oh God, I hate. I don't.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, are we still?
I don't like the visual of that.
Does that still like level of field?
Okay,
like,
what about
the same,
what
or-
about or how about this? 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 Okay. How about this? Well, hear me out.
Okay.
5 adventurers versus 1 Kezrick, the gigantic spider.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude. The dragon wins. The dragon wins, actually.
The dragon wins.
Yeah, the dragon wins, dude.
Actually, I have a question.
Okay.
How much did we fuck up Kezrick?
You guys got him down to like 150 hit points.
That only 150.
Jesus Christ!
How much? Did he have like over 500?
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what?
Jesus
I take that as a win, boys. I take that as a fucking
absolute
win.
W.
So
No one died.
Yeah.
No one died.
Here's what we'll do. Here's what we'll do. I'll allow all 3 of you to go ahead and roll me a history check right now.
Yeah, all my dice are put away right now.
Go get him. Go get him.
I'll roll for him. I got 2.
No.
No, you're not allowed.
No. Devin's dice has been rolling in pretty good, dude.
Yeah.
Like, they rolled like trash for me.
What'd you get?
I got. Hold on. I got to pull up my character
okay.
sheet.
Yeah.
I just did a magic draft right now. That's why they're all put away. It's because I went and did a draft last night.
I got a 16.
And by the way,
16.
By the way,
okay, yeah.
By the way, I won again.
Let's see.
I am holding the title 2 months in a row. Draft King in my pod right now. Draft King.
Right, history. Gross. History's a -1. Fuck me, dude.
Damn, you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing.
You don't know shit, dude. You don't know shit.
Can you check my
So, no,
history for me right now? I don't
Yeah,
have
I
my
got you.
history
I
sheet
got
up.
you, brother. I got you, brother. Here I go. I got you. I got
Mine's
you.
17 total.
Let's see.
It's
here.
like what, a +1?
It might be a little bit higher than that. Let me double check here. Leon.
I think, if I remember, he had higher intelligence. That's for sure.
Let's see. History +1. Yeah, +1.
Yeah,
Okay.
I called it.
Oh, I got 15 total. I have a +0.
15. Xander, what'd you get?
18, bitch! 18!
Nice.
Total.
Okay. Xander, 7. Ooh,
17 total.
17.
I'm telling you right
okay.
now.
I thought you said 7. Okay. All right.
I'm telling you right now, this green dice does me so good. This is
Yeah,
the
no,
one
you
right
be
here.
getting some rolls, man. Okay, so Kezrick is one of the titans of D&D.
Oh,
So
and we almost killed a
Oh.
Titan
you were getting
At
there.
level
you
2?
were getting there.
at level
So
2.
yes. Now here's the thing. Kezrick also has active camouflage, which is how he was able to go invisible
Yeah.
on you guys. Actually, technically, has the ability to look like any object it wants. So it technically can
that.
transform into like what looks like a giant rock or what looks like a tree. It can actively do that. It also has shelled armor that you guys were pretty actively breaking by targeting very specific areas of its body. So you guys,
Yeah, I was being smart about that. I knew. I knew there was something up. That's why I was like specifically going. I'm gonna do Eldritch Blast, but I'm gonna do it for the joints of the arms. Like that's why I knew there was something up.
Yeah. So you guys were pegging away. You were pegging away. Now here's the thing too, is that like of the 5 of you, 3 of you have sort of like passively min-maxed your characters. And I've said that a couple of times. Like we're like there's 3 of you have like 2 of which I know were accidental, 1 of which I think was purposeful, but 3 of the 5 of you have min-max fucking characters. So you guys are able to pump out more damage than the average D&D party. So I have to like actively adjust things to accommodate, not just for the fact that we have more people than a regular D&D party, but also because we have min-max characters, but also because you guys are very like combat centric in the way that you handle things, like and that's given with the way that you guys metagame as much as you do, because you guys try to like go into combat like very tactically, and it's a pain in my fucking ass, but I have to pretty much like recalibrate every single confrontation you guys have had actively while you guys are doing it because it's just either not enough or it's too much. And I've had to reposition things. Almost every single confrontation you guys have had on Songs of the Abyss so far has completely changed from what I originally had planned for it to be. Completely. The entire fight with Squibbles was supposed to be entirely fucking different. Entirely fucking different. And you guys were just laying fucking waste on people. The Kesrick fight, you guys are supposed to have 3 more maps to go through. But things were starting to slow down to like a snail's pace a little bit, so I kind of made some adjustments to that. The Manticore fight, your guys' very first confrontation, I was not expecting you guys to lay that dude the bitch fucking... Oh my god, you guys wrecked house on the fucking Manticore, dude.
And you rolled bad too. You rolled terrible.
I was rolling terrible.
Like shit.
And I gave that Manticore an additional 200 hit points, and you guys still fucking laid it to waste, dude. Like everything you guys have done, I've had to completely change on the fly. Like, it's crazy, dude. Because your guys' characters are just so just like adequately adequate in every combat scenario that I throw your guys' way. And so now granted, it's made me a better DM because I now have to spend more time sort of like actively playing out scenarios in my head when I'm crafting a session for you guys, to accommodate for the fact that you guys are really strong, that you guys have a 5-person party, that you guys could potentially like run into this thing and automatically have a solution for it. You know what I mean? And even outside of the combat stuff, you guys have had so much shit change from what I had planned for you guys originally, session by session. I think of all the sessions we've had, maybe 3 of them have gone the way that I like thought they would. Everything else has been super fucking different. And I'm like very glad that I took as much time as I did prior to us starting that campaign to get things ready, because I would be falling behind so fucking hard now because of how much things have changed. You guys were not supposed to reach this point of the excavation site for like at least 3 more sessions. On the contrary, you guys also shouldn't have been talking to Halia as soon as you were, as a group. And then you guys also shouldn't have had a Dabra die. There's like so many different things.
Whose fault is that?
You fucking put that down. You put that.
I mean, like that was technically my fault. Because I was looking for a way to get Cloud more committed to what was happening, and I saw that as an opportunity to push him to go after it, because his character was the one that had the least reason to go with you guys. So I had to give him a reason.
So all right.
I do.
So the real question is, oh wait, go ahead, Xander.
Yeah, Xander.
I was gonna say, actually, if you think about it, I was even like thinking about this because I consistently think about like the amount of times that Ernell has to like send me a message saying to shut the fuck up because I had like an idea for D&D or something like shit. But I was thinking about this. We never really, at least for my character's motivations, we don't even really know why I'm along for the ride.
Like,
because
he's just so annoyed that we just don't even fucking care. He's just here.
If you go back, I literally just saw like Boris and Jackal, and I was like, oh, what are they up to? And then just like,
well, here's the difference though, right? Is that like, even though you don't really have a reason, Moonwind doesn't. Your reason is very much just like, oh, they look cool. Right, and you just kind of like want to go.
Your history is -1. You don't know nothing anyway.
Well, if it comes to play out, I do have like an actual like
no for sure, and that's something we were definitely going. Cloud had a negative reason to be going with you guys, right? He had less reason than none, because if you think about it, you guys were actively hunting him down, right? And you guys just showed up one day to his proverbial doorstep, which was him like there with the dauber, right, on Umbrage Hill. You guys just showed up there one day, said, "You're the beast. We have to kill you." And then suddenly they're like, "Wait, no, you can't be the fucking beast," right? And then like suddenly he's just now thrust into this situation where he's with 4 people that just tried to fucking kill him for a moment, that had the intentions of killing him. So what reason would he have to go with you guys besides his brand new friend getting fucking knocked?
Demorted.
Just fucking control alt deleted.
Right, but
you know what I'm saying?
I have a question.
Yeah.
The real question: who would win, 100 gorillas or Kesrick? The spider.
Ooh, that's a good question.
100 silverback gorillas.
100 silverback gorillas or 1 Kesrick.
Yeah.
Kesrick. Yeah, I think Kesrick.
You sure?
Yeah, I think
Kesrick goes active camo,
it's 100
right?
silverback
Active camo,
gorillas.
Weights, chomp,
Yeah,
scurry,
yeah.
active camo.
Or not even chomp, just gets them all trapped in the web at first.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because technically,
but they save
Okay,
on that strength. They save on that strength roll. They're like 30 strength. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So,
yeah, they could
Who
do
wins though? 100 armed Xanders or Kesrick?
Xander or Moonwind?
Xander.
Yeah.
No,
Xander's got that.
He's for sure, dude. He'd cave.
Oh, there's gonna be 100 me's. There's gonna be 100 me's going.
Just
out of here.
So before, dude. Because here's the thing too, is that I actually had to adjust Kesrick's stat block for you guys too. Because if I gave you guys raw bare bones Kesrick, you guys would have got fucking washed. Bite had like plus 13.
Oh yeah,
to hit, had like 3d8 for damage. The webs also had acid on it. There's like all sorts of shit that like if I would have done raw bare bones, just raw dog you with the actual Kesrick, you guys would have got fucked up real bad. So I gave you itty bitty Kesrick. You know what I'm saying? Gave you guys teenage Kesrick, if you will.
Not so like you're saying we were supposed to meet up with Kesrick at a later point where we were probably a little bit more adept to fight Kesrick? Is that what you're suggesting?
Yes. Yeah. Technically, so my original plan for you guys is you guys were supposed to be knocking out 3 quests. I'm not going to say why, because there's always potential that it could kind of go back to something here. But you guys are supposed to be running 3 different quests before ever going to the excavation site. So you guys technically weren't supposed to go to the excavation site until you were level 4, if you think of it that way. So you guys went there 2 levels early. And so I had to make some adjustments to accommodate for the fact that you guys were going too early. But I also knew too, even though you guys were 2 levels under, you guys don't play like you're 2 levels under. Like Boris is like, I got my sword and my scimitar, let me have at it. He knocks alone half of the enemies that you guys normally would fucking have by himself, right? So now I have to add 4 more of you. Yeah, I have to like completely change the way that you guys like handle like confrontations and battles and story moments and stuff like that. You guys completely changed up a lot of shit that I had planned originally. I think the only things that have gone exactly the way that I thought they would was let me think here. The unknown man, your confrontation with the unknown man. Because I just had a gut fucking feeling that Devin was gonna go gun ho on that. I knew it.
Yeah,
I knew he was just gonna pull the fucking trigger. Dude.
Word is Eldritch Blast, dude. Like, fucking.
I mean, it's his most powerful spell, dude. I don't fucking blame him if he's just pumping that bitch out like Iron Man. Fucking,
I know,
you know
dude.
What I'm saying?
It also, Xander, it does force damage, which has a lot of other attributes like.
Yeah,
to, like,
I know.
Implement, like do damage and like react with the environment.
Once Leon is level 5, that Eldritch Blast actually pushes people back like a distance.
And it's 2 shots. And it's 2 shots as well.
Yeah, it's pretty,
which
it's
is
pretty
crazy because I min max. I know you were talking about min max. I min max my charisma on purpose.
Yeah, I know,
you
motherfucker. Jesus Christ. Well, and
I rolled that 19. I was like, that's charisma.
here's the deal too, is that for all of our campaigns going forward, I am never letting you guys do that again. I gave it to you guys this time because this is your raw, bare bones, as authentic D&D first time playing as we can possibly get it, right? There's a couple things that I've tweaked to be a little bit homebrew, like the whole chase scenario, but that's just because I know that the original rules for some certain things is super fucking lame. But in future campaigns, I'm going to be forcing you guys to choose a stat that is not good. Because that makes good storytelling. Period. Point blank. Because like nothing is interesting about a character that is just good at everything. Right? Like it's just not interesting. Like it doesn't force you to have to act a certain way that's like different or contrary to the way that you regularly act.
I mean, mine's pretty shit.
I mean, like, well, and like, think of it like Boris, for example, right? Sam's character. Yeah. Boris is really, 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 really strong, but he lacks in like pretty much anything that you guys need him for fundamentally for storytelling because he's illiterate, right? So Jackal goes and says, "Hey, can you read this?" And he goes, "I can't read anything." It just kind of puts up his hands.
My guy has
no.
bad social skills. My guy has bad social skills.
Your guy just can't flirt. With what and I don't necessarily
think wild because you're maxed out in charisma, so
which is exactly what I mean, right? So like on the contrary, your character actually has very good social skills, but the thing is that you've sort of canonized your character in a different way, right? And so like that works because you're allowing your character to like flourish in that way. But a really good example, right, is like my very first character I ever made was a gnome monk named Knack, and he left his monastery to pursue a life of luxury and wealth and doing whatever he wants. He didn't want to be a part of the monastery anymore because he saw someone that was living their life the way they wanted, and he wanted to be a part of that too. So he was really, really strong, but he also was a flagrant alcoholic and loved nothing more than wine and loose women. So if there was ever an option that his character would take that was either save my friends or go for another draw.
Uriah?
Yeah, pretty much. So if he had that choice, he would always be choosing the alcohol, right? And what happened when we were around like level 10 and I did have to come to a situation where he had to make that choice, it made him choosing the friend much more prominent of a storytelling beat, because it was like, no, I'm going to go save him. And they were like, whoa, really? Like, and it like twisted the table, and like everyone was like, whoa, why the fuck would he do that? Right? It was like, well, because his friend means a lot to him, right? He finally met someone that means more to him than alcohol does. And that's why, like, when I was talking to you guys after our last session regarding like the metagaming and stuff like that, I want to give you guys the opportunity to allow yourselves to actually role play this and see where that takes you. Because like, you kind of have to think of when we do D&D stuff as if it's like live voice acting, right? Like if you say something, you're saying your point and then you just stop talking. Just shut the fuck up. Right? Because now the ball is being passed to somebody else, right? And that person needs their opportunity to, the accent command. That person gets a moment to have their character say something, right? They get their point across for 2 sentences, they stop. And then somebody else gets their turn, right? And that is active voice acting, right? You don't, like, when you see people voice acting in the booth when they're recording for a movie, they're not like talking over each other or talking about like what that character is feeling or anything like that. They're just saying it and they're going back and forth as if it was an actual conversation. And I think that you guys have all the tools to be able to create a really, really great story and have really, really great character interactions if you guys allow yourselves to just get sucked into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
like off the cuff.
I honestly, I wish I had punched the bridge. I really wish I had punched the bridge because that is exactly what my character would do at a fucking 9 intelligence. I think I should have just went for that.
And actually, that's a really, really great example, Xander, because no one should have talked you out of that. No one should have talked you out of that.
My bad.
And that's cool. Like you're not the only person who have done that. Sam also did that in the episode prior where he was like, I don't think we should be running away at all. I think we should fight. Right. But like realistically, in the moment, his character wouldn't have had time to say that. Right. Like you guys should have just said, oh, fuck, we're running and just gone with it. Right. Just
well, that's what I did. I was like, run.
Yeah, no, exactly. And you handled that very greatly. I also, Xander, wish that Moonwind would have punched that bridge too. Because that would have made for such a great opportunity for me to be malleable about that and create something for you guys that would have made that make sense, right? And then we work together to sort of further make that make sense, right? Because like you said, Moonwind has less intelligence than the rest of the party. He might arguably make a brash, dumb decision like that. And so like that's why I say like the more you guys metagame, the more you guys hold yourselves back from having just like what could potentially be like the dopest fucking story. The dopest fucking story, boys. And so just let loose, brother. Let loose. You know what I'm saying? Let the story play out. Like if you guys ever notice that like when you guys are having very serious character moments that I stop talking, that's why. Because like I want you guys to just do it. Just go. Right? I hear it and I'm like, oh fuck, that's it, dude. That's it. So if you guys ever notice me like stop talking for a moment when you guys are sort of actively having a conversation, it's because I'm like, oh, that's the sauce. That's the juice I'm fucking looking for, right? So a really great example was when Moonwind, you go forward to try to grab the axe and Cloud and Jack will stop you. Right? And you went, Moonwind goes, well, I don't really have anything to lose, right? Like if anyone here should be doing this, it's me. I don't have anything to fucking lose. And then Leon speaks up and says, well, I mean, I am cursed. I have an issue myself. I think it should be me. And Jackal says, well, it could be you guys, but it's actually going to be me instead. And he goes and steps forward, right? What a fucking dope moment, dude. What a dope fucking moment you guys had there. And oh my God, like I can see it happen time and time again. You guys having moments like that and just letting it fucking flourish, dude. And that was one of the sickest parts of this whole fucking campaign so far, man.
And I want everybody to know that was a legitimate, like, my character's like, no, I should put this upon myself. Not that I wanted the axe, but like,
yeah,
you know
no, like,
I mean?
and I fucking, I rolled the check, I'm like, get the fuck off me, man.
Yeah, dude, no, seriously, like that kind of stuff is fucking cool, dude. Like that's the kind of shit that I live to DM for. Like live for it, dude, because like that gives you guys the opportunity to really just like have fucking fun, man. Have dope ass conversations between characters that are deep and thought out and entertaining. And remember, we're doing that for people. There's people that are watching and listening to that. Today alone, we had 12 people go and watch and listen the new episode that just dropped 8 hours ago, right? There's other, like, routinely we have on average 60 viewers and listeners for each individual episode on average, right? That's 60 people that are coming in to watch and listen to you guys improv role play. So like, how are we going to service them, right? We service them by telling a good fucking story and by acting good and acting bad. You know what I'm saying? And like having fun and like creating really grandiose fucking moments, dude. So when we get together on Saturdays, when we get together on Saturdays, I'm just like, yeah, this is fucking it, dude. This is what I signed the fuck up for. Like my job is to just give you guys the potential to do the coolest shit fucking ever. The coolest shit fucking ever. And I'm trying, dude. I'm trying real hard to give you guys the coolest shit that you could possibly fucking ask for. You guys have so much to do with this BBEG, with your guys' big bad, with your guys' villain, dude. I have a whole fucking backstory written for him that you guys have yet to fucking discover. And when that fucking happens, it's God damn it!
While I do have a couple of my comrades here, though, I do want to double back and figure out where the fuck that one dude disappeared to, and what the hell that rune was on the dead man's fucking body.
Well, yeah, that
you'll find out.
Yeah, that those are like
I was
up
just
there.
looking at my notes. I'm like, we gotta do some investigating.
Well, and here's the thing too, is like for the people at home that are watching and listen to this, we have a whole chat where you guys keep track of all of the quests that you guys have to like go after and follow and go through, because each session is like half a day. You know what I mean? If even that, sometimes it's less than half a day.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's only a few hours, right? And so like the progression of the story is real slow. And so you guys have to kind of like actively be keeping track of that. So I think you guys are at like 8-9 different quests now, technically, to like have happen or pursue or like what have you. And that's not including the ones that like haven't even fully triggered yet. You know what I mean? Like Jackal's letter. Like you guys haven't even gone and reacted to that more than just reading it and translating it. You know what I mean? And so there's an entire side story I have planned for you guys regarding that letter, which by the way, wasn't supposed to happen that way. That wasn't supposed to fucking happen that way at all. Like I like DJ got on the first episode. Jackal goes and 20. Grabs that fucking letter, and I was like, fuck, nat 20 on that? Jesus fucking Christ, dude. So I had to on the fly make up some bullshit that made fucking sense within the same fucking session in order for that to like follow suit with a whole other fucking thing. The stuff that's connected to that letter was supposed to just be like a quest that's given to you. That's it. But I was like, no, like, let's see if we can connect that. And I did. I found a fucking way to make that work. And I could tell that like Jack was going to keep trying to look at it, keep trying to translate it, keep trying to do this, keep trying to do that. And it was going to keep coming up. And so I made the artwork for it. And I'll just like hand it over to DJ in the messages and say, hey, here's your fucking letter, brother. Take a look. And just like give you guys something a little bit tangible, right? And I'm now like at a point where we've done enough sessions for Songs of the Abyss that I'm now trying to actively like week by week think of like the next cooler thing I can do for you guys. And it's starting to get like crazy. It's starting to get like fucking what? Like there's some things I'm thinking of that I thought of like 3 weeks ago that Xander will message me about, and I'll be like, shut the fuck up. And that's what he was talking about earlier, because I already thought of it, dog. I already fucking thought of it, brother. You did? You know what I'm saying? I'm here with you. I'm here with you, brother. We're all on the same wavelength, my boy. But shut the fuck up. Because the more you do it, the less impact it's gonna fucking have when I do it. So just shut the fuck up. I got you, bro. I got you, dude. It's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be great. I'm excited for it. And you guys at home are excited for it too. Because this has been the Shipwreck Show, where once a week, every week, 100 men gather together to beat the shit out of a gorilla. And then discuss anything and everything that the Seven Seas has thrown their way. And if you liked what you heard, you can get on patreon.com/goodkrakenpods, where you can get exclusive content, discounts on merchandise, gorillas, and have early access to all of our content before it goes live on podcast and video services. But don't forget to join the GK community on our Discord channel by clicking the link down here in our description section below. And if you want more, follow and subscribe in order to get updates when new episodes go live everywhere. We have to go, everybody. But until next time. Anyone?
Okay. Seesaw! Help me, Seesaw! I need you!